Buenos nachos amigos, welcome back to my channel. So I recently bought this GoPro Hero 8. It was on sale for 300 bucks because I was kind of curious to see if I would do more creative vlogs out in public since it is a smaller camera. Currently I have an M6 Mark II, which I'm recording on now, and an M50. And even though they're kind of smaller mirrorless cameras, they're still kind of big to carry out in public with me. So I've seen footage of this little guy from other vlogs or other YouTubers and thought it looked pretty good. I mean, it's pretty much on par with like the latest iPhone video cameras. And this one is so small that you could just put this in your pocket and basically take it everywhere with you. So I won't really do a review of the settings per se, so I'll assume that you already know the settings, but I will explain why I use the settings wherever I'm at, indoor or outdoor. Now, before we get started with my Sunday vlog, I'm gonna put on the screen here some quick snippets of my settings that I'm gonna be using. I have some presets, indoor, outdoor, and cinematic, which is probably the only three that I'm gonna be using. Indoor one, it's the best that I could come up with, but you'll see some examples that it doesn't look great. This is really gonna shine outdoors. The outdoor one is the one that I mainly leave it on, but you're gonna see I hardly did any changes to it. So we'll check them out now. Alright guys, so this is the first clip. Now, this is my indoor preset, but I did make some alterations based on what you just saw. I turned off hyper smooth and I put the lens at wide. So if you turn off any kind of stabilization, it's gonna be less noticeable when you do jitters and stuff if the lens is widest. But the reason I turned off, let me turn off this light. The reason I turned off the stabilization is because I noticed in low light, it tends to give like a weird jitter. My hands, I wouldn't say I have steady hands, but I know that they're not that shaky. So I'll show you an example of what the footage looks like in low light with the stabilization on. You're gonna get some weird effects. So my recommendation is if you have it indoors, just turn off hyper smooth if you don't have a lot of lighting. Like for example, we don't have lights on the ceilings here, so we rely on these lights here. So the light tends to be pretty low unless you got windows like that. So this room might be a bad example of what I'm talking about, but I'll show you right here what I mean. So Valerie is having me watch Ozark.
What?
Yeah. So they can see how bad you are. Yeah, you've been getting better though. You went 9 kills the other day. So it's just a quick example. If you walk like, you know, not cautiously, but if you do the duck walk, you don't technically need hyper smooth when you're in the house, especially if you're not walking too much, you're just kind of showing yourself. So that's kind of what it looks like stability wise. Now, if you put it on linear, you are gonna see it. My dudes, look at my hair. I just got out of the shower. I gotta figure something out. I look like Willy Wonka in training. Like this is not okay. I mean, we're in quarantine, so who cares? But I gotta figure out how to cut this. This is. If you see my older videos, I used to be shorter. I would get made fun of if I was still in middle school with this chili bowl Willy Wonka haircut. Okay, we're about to leave. There's like somebody got messed up. So anyway, as you can see, this is where GoPro shines out here in the daylight with all the Willy Wonka midgets. So anyway, out here, this is where it pretty much highlights what it can do. So you'll notice though that, oh shit, our car's over there. You'll notice though that it might be kind of choppy. So like if I go like this, you won't see any motion blur. That's because the shutter speed is probably like 1/2 million. So if you really kind of want to get the motion blur and do it for filmmaking, you might want to get an ND filter. I don't really care for this to be filmmaking. This is just for vlogging, so I'm not going to get ND filters. So just an FYI on that. Let me see, move. Okay, come on. We got to get in the car. I brought the Mavic Mini so I can fly later. All right, so if you didn't notice, I forgot to switch from outdoor to indoor, so the stabilization was probably wonky, and I didn't realize how wide the lens is. I was holding it off to the side thinking that my hand was, I had clearance, and I really didn't. So keep that in mind. I would probably, if you're hand holding it like me, I got a little tripod adapter to put it on that Pixie, I forget the name of it. It's that popular tripod stand. So I'm probably gonna get that later, but for now I'm just holding it just handheld. I would probably hold it on the opposite hand because you're probably gonna get your finger on it. So other than that, this is what the colors look like. I feel like it's doing pretty good when it goes from dark, light, and dark. So you just have to trust that the camera knows what it's doing. It's okay to put it from ISO 100 to 800 and leave the EV at like 0. Like the cameras will be smart enough to know when to boost the ISO and when not to. So even though right now, I tested this, I lowered the ISO down to 200, the image was still the exact same because the camera is keeping the ISO at 100. It's just raising the shutter speed. So there's that. Also, the audio sounds pretty good. I think I might still get a media mod later just so that I can put the Rode Wireless Go on it. But if you didn't have a Rode Wireless Go, I think you'd be okay with just the audio on the GoPro itself. So something to keep in mind. All right, we're at the Mother Goose's. What? Oh, there's hornets? We're at the Mother Goose's house. I kind of want to see how it's going to react when we go from a light place to a dark place. So we're going to see right now.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, Uncle Chewy. What's up, my man?
Chewy.
FBI. He's at 4124. He's wanted man. ¿Cómo estás, man? Where's the other sister?
I know you.
You can't see me. Oh, it does have motion blur in here.
Oh, I don't look. Oh, who's that behind you?
Oh.
Dang! Mamachita. Mamachita.
Oh, dear.
Mamachita.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll do that. I'll do that.
She's saying mamachita. Mamachita. I'm really tired.
And,
Kind of curious if, with the shutter speed being so high, if you can still get some cinematic shots with this in like 4K 60. Let's give it a shot on some of this stuff.
No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
All right, sister. She's about to do a photo shoot with this little dude. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Yo también pues voy a ir.
All right, so stabilization is actually really good when you have it on, of course. So now we're gonna grab something to eat, and I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today. But man, this thing is just so convenient how small it is.
Beef and orange chicken, and then we have a plate with the chow mein, honey walnut, and orange chicken. What else?
That's gonna be all for us today.
Did you want any spring roll girl drink?
Yes, please. The spring rolls. Can we get 3?
3.
Alright guys, that's gonna do it for us. It smells like a Chinese buffet in here. We are ready to eat. So thank you for watching this. This is what it would look like to vlog on the GoPro Hero 8, leaving it on pretty much all auto. So we're gonna go back to my room and end the video there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and got a good understanding of what this looks like vlogging indoor or outdoor. Personally, I'm only gonna be using this whenever I go out, or if I don't feel like bringing my other 2 cameras, which is technically all the time. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's not that they're heavy. Maybe it's just that it's a hassle, or maybe it's just that I'm embarrassed to vlog in public. You know, when you're putting something that big in front of you versus this is so tiny. You know, I feel way more, less embarrassed. Again, I don't even know if it's that, but it's just, this is just so much more convenient. Just boom, record, the audio's good, you get yourself, it's wide, and then you're done, put it in your pocket, and that's it. So that wraps up this video. Hope you're all doing safe, and I hope to see you again on my next one. See you later.